Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Third Power Life podcast. And today we're going to talk about settling. And you don't want to settle because if you settle, you end up on the bottom.
So, the big question is this: how are successful professionals like us going to keep increasing our business success and yet still have a full, balanced, and vibrant life that we absolutely love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. I'm Dan Gentry, and welcome to Third Power Life Podcast.
All right, now here, this is a subject that is near and dear to me. I talk to people a lot of times about setting goals, about, really having the life that you want, having that, not just a good life, not just a great life, but a life to the third power, right? And one of the bigger obstacles to that is so many times we settle. We settle for less than we're actually worth, less than what we can actually be. And I don't want that to happen to anybody because I know that I've done it time and time again. It's part of life. It's an easy trap to fall into. And if you really think about it, the root of settling is fear. Right? It's fear that while what we have, what we can see that we know we can get now is not great, if we try for something more, we might not have anything at all. So we'll stay in our comfort zone, right? We don't venture out to where we could be great. And I'm here to tell you that you are great. You are worthy of greatness. Now, I remember when I was a hiring manager at a very large company, I was hiring some software developers for a big project that we were working on. And I had several spots to fill, but there are two that come to mind right away. The first developer had a great resume. They had the right attitude. They had all the skills that we needed. They, were just a fantastic person. And I had a pay range that I was looking at, and their ask, where they were asking for, was in the middle lower part of that pay range. And I'm like, okay, you're hired. Let's go, right? And then a week or two later, I'm interviewing the second person for the same level position. As essentially everything's the same, right? Now they had a very good resume, but equally as good, maybe a tiny bit less than the first person, had the good attitude, everything else that we were looking for. Now, the difference was that when, I asked what they were looking for, their number was outside of the range. It was above about $7,000 over my high number, right? And, I said, well, here's kind of my cap for what we're trying to find. And they're like, I'm sorry, I can't settle for that. Right. And I thought, well, let me see what I can do. So I went back to my management, talked to them and said, this person's really good. They would be a good fit for this position. And they were able to up that upper end number, and that person got hired on. And I thought to myself, wow, one person was willing to settle for less and one person was not. Now that's been 8 years ago, right? That's a $15,000 a year difference. Okay. 15,000 times 8. I'm no math genius, but let's see, it's $120,000 difference for not settling. Now, the other part of that is that the first person, the one that chose less, ended up going on a track to become a manager and had issues because their starting pay was lower. So therefore, being at this management position was going to mean that they made less than some of the people on their team. And so it called into question the viability of management. So that settling for conversation rolled forward and had dramatic impacts on their life. And the thing is, I know we have all done it. I've done it, right? We settle for in our job. We settle for in our relationships. We settle for in our vacations. We settle for our health. I could do more. We settle for in our impact in the world. I could make a difference in the world. I could change the world, but that'd be putting myself out there. I might have to get on camera in front of the world. I don't know if I'm ready for that. It's outside that comfort zone. Well, let me tell you, you have to break through that comfort zone. It's a must. Every day, do something that pushes you outside that comfort zone. Don't settle for the same lunch. Don't settle for the same, exercise. Don't start with little steps, right? And that's settling and, stretching your comfort zone is like anything else. You work up to it. It's a skill. You can't just say, okay, today I am healthy. No, you've got to work every day. Work out a little bit. Do your exercise a little bit. Get your heart rate up and work up to it. Work up to it. Work up to it. Work up to it until you are amazing, right? And it's the same way with stretching your comfort zone. It's the same way of overcoming fear. Because let me tell you, the fear is going to be there. I have fear. Every time I get in front of this camera to talk to you, I have fear. Is my message worth it? Is this really going to help? Are people going to, laugh at me because I don't have hair? All of these things bubble up inside of us, right? And I'm here to tell you that it's not real. The old thing, fear is false evidence appearing real, right? It's not real, and you can move past it, right? And that's what courage is. It's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. I still get in front of this camera because that's what I need to do to have an impact on the world. That's what I have to do in order to be able to make your life better and my own. So get out, stretch yourself, stretch your comfort zone. Don't settle for an average life. There is nothing more sad than dying with your music still in you. Get out there, make your symphony, right? Create, expand your horizons, and you can do amazing things. If I can be of any help to you in that journey, please reach out to me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter. You can email me info@thirdpowerperformance.com, and search us up on social media at Third Power Performance. This is why I'm here. I'm expanding my comfort zone, and I am not settling for an average life, and I don't want you to settle for an average life. I want you to live your life to the third power. Thank you for listening to my podcast, but before you go, would you like to have somebody help you create more balance in your life? Do you have difficulties juggling all of the different things that are pulling on us for our time, for our attention? I have a program that I have just created called the Life Balance Academy. It's a 6-week program, full life balance training, everything that I've been teaching over the past 20 years, consolidated into one 6-week program. This is something that's brand new, and I'm very excited to share with you. If you would like more information about that, you can go to my website at www.thirdpowerperformance.com. Until then, live your life to the third power.